I installed a game called Genshin Impact a few days ago. I've spent some time playing it and I must say I fell in love with the game. The gameplay, the aestheticness, the vibe, it all gave a feeling of peace and happiness, with a kick of action too. But that feeling all went away when I had that encounter. Let me go back to the start, to where it all began. It all started as a normal day where I logged onto Genshin Impact. I was planning to complete my daily commissions and then go to the ruins to unlock AR-26. Nothing much really planned that day. As I checked my list of daily commissions, there was one of them that looked different from the rest. The commission quest read, "Head to," and then just scrambled text. Thinking it could be a special quest, I clicked on it and it navigated me to its location. I used the teleport waypoint nearest to its location, so I could get there faster. As I walked towards the quest point, I realized that it was right at the edge of the world border. I got there, but only to realize that the navigation marker was further out of the map. Confused, I walked beyond the border. Strangely, there was no VidNet around the screen and Paimon didn't say anything. My character didn't even automatically turn back. I was just free to move around, beyond the border. The distance that showed how close I was to the location just read 0, but clearly, the marker was far from where I was. I couldn't even check the map because I was across the world border and the game didn't have the map expansion yet. All I could do at this point was to keep moving forwards. I didn't even care about the commission anymore. I was now curious about the secret that lay before me, beyond the boundaries of Teyvat. Going further, the sky slowly got gloomy, slowly getting shrouded under the dark clouds. The calming music faded away along with the game sounds. Soon, the game got quiet. Too quiet. The only sounds present were the weapons being used and the elemental skill and burst. Other than that, it was just dead silence. Not even my footsteps could be heard. The marker in front of me led up to a hill, and I knew for sure wherever this location was just lay beyond it. I sprinted up the hill, determined to find out what this part of Teyvat had that strangely I, out of all people, had access to. When I reached the top of the hill, that's when I saw it in front of me. It was an abandoned town. This town, it looked almost like Mondstadt City, except withered and destroyed. The marker stopped there alright, so one thing's for sure. The destroyed town was where I was supposed to go. I walked towards the entrance. The city walls were all run down and broken, almost as if the walls failed to defend the town against catapult projectiles or explosions. As I entered, the only sound present at that point was the sound of a ghostly, calm, yet unnerving breeze. Everything looked a little realistic. I knew this was a ghost town, but I felt like I wasn't alone. This was an unnerving discovery, of course, but I had to explore. Why did I get this as a commission quest? Am I the only one who even got this quest? If so, why? The structures and buildings in this town didn't look like they should be in Genshin. Apart from a withered cathedral that sat at the back of the town, there was a ruined and abandoned asylum on the left side of the town. On the other side sat houses and the usual old-fashioned buildings you would usually see in the game. Except they looked broken down, ruined, some even looking like they had been burned down. One thing that caught my attention was a graveyard that sat on a small hill next to the cathedral. I walked up the stairs to the cathedral, and turning left was the entrance to the graveyard. As I slowly walked through the burial ground, I noticed that my character's facial expressions looked gloomy and scared, almost as if they didn't want to be here. I walked up to the grave that sat at the very top of the hill. I ran up to it, only to see that the grave was open. I went up to it to check the inside, only to have a hand emerge out of it. I didn't move. I just watched in horror as a humanoid figure, 7 feet tall, climbed out and stood in front of me. This creature, it wore a black robe and a hood, but its appearance, it looked hideous. Its body had deep wounds, along with a huge rip in its chest, which exposed its ribcage. You could see its organs all moving. Its face was just an exposure of its skull. As it looked at me, the sound of its slow, heavy breathing sent massive chills down my spine. The creature then said 2 words.
Leave now.
I pressed the movement keys, I tried to attack, I tried to leave the game, but no matter what I did, nothing worked. I just stood still, not even being able to move my mouse to look around. I saw the creature pull something out of its back. It was a scythe. Me, not being able to do anything, I watched the creature walk up to me slowly with the scythe. Looking at the creature one last time, it said,
Leave now.
With its massive swing, it dashed up to me and slashed me with the scythe. The moment the scythe's blade touched my character, the game glitched out and brought me to the blue screen of death. The message didn't read the usual error message, but instead, it read, Leave now. It had been 2 days since the incident. I spent hours trying to find out if anyone, just anyone, had a commission quest about finding a ghost city outside the boundaries of Tevat in Genshin Impact. But no matter how hard I searched, no one on the internet had any experience, yet even heard about a ghost town in the game. None of my friends even played the game, so why ask them? All that I hope now is that no one gets the same quest as I did, because trust me, you don't want to come face to face with the horror I encountered.